Greetings, my automatons. Welcome to the Autonomy School, where I teach you to be independent, or in this case, to make an independent game. And class is in session. Today's lesson is, how do we add text to a 2D Unity game? It's fairly simple. First, you go here to the window that says Hierarchy, right here. I'm going to expand it a little. If I can, yeah, this one. By the way, there are ways to rearrange these windows, right? However, I do not believe everyone has done that. Oops. Okay, let me fix this. There. So I do not believe everyone has done that, so I like to make mine default. In any case, go back to that hierarchy, right click, and oh, by the way, if you're on a Mac, then to perform the right click function, you need to click the mouse button with 2 fingers. So I suppose on a Mac it should be called 2-finger click instead of right click. But anyway, now with the pop-up menu that appears, scroll down and hover over UI, right? The acronym UI means user interface, which means these are the things that the user sees on the screen. You know, the text and the things that don't move, right? At least they shouldn't move. So text, buttons, stuff like that. With that said, select Text Mesh Pro, this one right here. Now, if a menu appears telling you to install some plugins, right? Like this, just accept them. You're gonna need those plugins for this to work, or else it won't work. So just click Import TMP Extensions, right? If the box doesn't appear, then something would appear down here in red that would have told you how to do it. But I already did that. And voila. Voila here. Back in the hierarchy, we have canvas and we have text, right? And let's see. If you close this, I don't need this anymore. Okay, so if you click on this, you should see some text over here in the inspector. No, wait, I got this. If you click play, let it load because this is the first time I'm doing this. Ah, there, down there, you should see some text. Position 0, 0. What I just did, don't worry about that. I'll show you how to do it later. All we're doing right now is finding out how to get text on the screen. So you see the text on the screen. Again, I just changed the position of the text. Don't worry about that. We're going to do that in another episode where I explain how to change the position of text on the screen, because we're going to want different text in different positions, all right? So don't worry about how I did that. But in any case, now you see that there's text on the screen. Now, back to turning this off. If you see this box right here that's off into the, wait a minute. Hold on. Pay attention to this box, right? This big box, right? I'm going to delete the canvas. See that big box disappear? Now I'm going to put the canvas back. This big box is where the text in the UI goes, okay? So, let's see. Again, you can see it by clicking on the game window. I didn't press play this time, I just pressed the game window. Okay, I should probably explain that. So right here in the middle of your default screen, there's a scene window, which shows you just what you're looking at. The game window shows you what things will look at when you press play. Let's see if I can change the scale. And unfortunately, I have not figured out how to scroll this window so that we could see the game window. Yeah, I have not figured that out. So let me clear it up. All right, I'm back. I went to go find out how to zoom out on this thing. So what I'm doing is I'm going to zoom out, but I'm not going to tell you how to zoom out yet. The reason why is pretty simple. As we learn more about how to manipulate text, I realized that as a 2D screen, we're going to be looking at the canvas a lot later. And I'm going to need to teach you how to zoom out then anyway. So right now, I'm just doing this as a way to show you that, see, here's the text on the screen. As you can see, here's a new text that we created. So that is all fine and dandy. And then when we start adding more text to the screen and putting text in different positions, then I shall explain to you how to zoom out so you can actually see the text and move it. Yeah, and move it on screen, right? Okay, put it back. That reminds me, I have an idea. I know I said that we were going to make a 2D Final Fantasy game, and we are going to make a 2D Final Fantasy game, but I want to teach you how to make a text-based game instead. Now, I know how irritating it can be, it can feel when it seems like we are deviating from the main goal. So here's what I'll do for you. In the next session, I will explain to you what a text-based game is and why, for our project, it is absolutely necessary if you want to create a Final Fantasy style game. In doing so, it should help to put these tasks into perspective and show you how to keep your motivation when learning these new things. In any case, class dismissed.